Good afternoon on Sunday. I'm back from our church fellowship, and I thought I would show you the things that I'm going to be using for my next journal for summer. I have, it's going to be red, white, and blue theme, and I have all of, this is Florentine paper, but I have some vintage wallpapers that I'm going to incorporate. And then, some of my own personal vintage notepads. But I'll just go through the papers. So these two, I get mixed up, and one of them is Krista McCurdy Art, airmail papers, and one is Polka Dot Pixels, which is the Postal Journal kit. And I had this lace backing, and I forgot to write down whose that was, so I'll have to put it in the description. But I do like it just for the backing, just so that it's not all, let's see, there, just so that it's not all same old. But you can tell this is copy paper. I have used Red River paper, which I really love. But you do have to pay a good price for shipping and everything. So anyway, this is on copy paper, and this is on Epson Premium Matte. So these will be the main pages. So it's either going to be Krista McCurdy Art on Etsy or Polka Dot Pixels on Etsy for these two. And I really like those. I just wanted something travel-y, even though we're not really traveling. Definitely not traveling abroad, but I liked those. And then I stumbled on these really pretty watercolor postcards. And these are by Sweet Pea Curiosities, and I think they're so pretty. I'm going to use them. I'll probably put some together for journaling cards or tags or whatever, because that's kind of what I like to do. But I really like them. So that is Sweet Pea Curiosities. And these come just 1 to a page, and I chose to print 2 to a page. So they are bigger. I just reduced the size. These two little things are from when I was a subscription member to Graphics Fairy. Look at these. This is Blossom Paper Art. Gosh, I love these. Is that not fun? And then I did the back. And this is on premium Epson paper. I also have these labels. I'm probably going to print these smaller as well. This is the Old Design Shop. But they're like the vintage Denison labels. But it's in, a digital form, so you can reprint. I also got these labels, and I've already cut some, so I can put them in here and keep them in my little basket for this, until this project is done. But it comes with, the big size that are white, and then these that have a cream on the inside, and I ended up printing these 2 a page because I wanted some small labels and some big labels. Let's see. And I have some vintage. Where's the other one? I have some vintage airmail envelopes from my stash. I think this came in a Paper Outpost bundle packet. And I showed you this. And then these, I have more of those. These don't seem to be vintage. I think these are probably more current. But look at all of these things. So this, my friend Robin gave me. But there's lots of little pieces of paper with all these reds and blues on them that I may end up incorporating into my tags and things. And then all of this stuff is just, this is just all from my stash. Yes, I have a problem. These are vintage, and the strawberries aren't. This little yo-yo is vintage. This came from something, but I liked that. A hanky, a pot holder. I don't know if I'll use all of these. Found this little quilt heart. Let's see, I'll move you closer. Oops. Yeah, there you go. I know. I blinded you with my heart. Here's some blue. This is quilty. This probably came from Flossie May. She always seems to include quilty bits. This I found somewhere, but it has some blues on here as well, and some red. A little white hanky. Here's some blue, some vintage and some not. I love that. That's vintage. This is not vintage. This is Liberty of London, which I love that. So I have blues. And then all my little trims I've collected. Hobby Lobby, Hobby Lobby vintage, Hobby Lobby vintage. Vintage, 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 vintage. This whole thing. And I have more of those trims. I just made an elongated paper spool just to kind of keep them in here. This is Simplicity, and it's probably from Joann's. I just liked it. And these are vintage. And I can't tell you where I got all of these. I know I got this in New Braunfels. This is Hobby Lobby. This I got at Funky Monkey. This is not vintage. These are vintage, and they either came from Lavish Laces or Vintage French trims, ribbons. I think I found these somewhere. Look at this. I don't even know where I found that. I can't remember, but I love it. This is Daiso or Daiso, however it's pronounced. And what's over here? I have some little vintage buttons. Oh, this is one of the Texas Cousins business cards. I'm going to include that. I somehow got two. Some of these little flashcards. Those are mine. They're in my shop. I don't even know how much they are. I just made them for me and then popped them in my shop. This because it is red and white. That's from French Laundry tape from Vintage. I think it's Vintage French Ribbons, something along those lines. I have this. This is a Broad Stamps, and I got this from possibly the Texas Cousins. I got a big pack of postal, like a postal pack. And I don't know what colors are in here. I just wanted to put this in because I do like adding stamps, and I'll just have to search. I haven't really looked through it. I'll just have to search to see if they have color schemes that I like. We got some kind of junk mail the other day, and this was a picture on a piece of junk mail. This was an envelope, so I saved those. This came from some digital, it's a scrap, I can't remember. And I've already made one of these. Isn't that cute? So that'll be a tag for when I make my journal. That'll probably be my first entry after I make it. So once I make it, I will, oh, here's another one. And I made this. This is like a little, it can either go into a pocket or it can go around a page and just paper clip it. So I made this and this yesterday. I was just in the mood. But some of these, like this, is all vintage wallpaper, vintage flashcard. This is not vintage, but that is, this is, that is, and that is. So I'm just gonna kind of cobble things together like I normally do, and see how it works out. I really like this idea of putting everything in here just so that I don't have to go and search for it all. When it comes time to create, I also have this, I like jiggers just because they're tiny, but I took out some of my beads yesterday and just made all, just made all these yesterday. So those will be ready to go. And this one has a little bell. Ooh, it's kind of hard. These are tiny. A bell. And this has some of those. And then some brads. So I thought that looked kind of fun. And I'm just keeping them in this cute little jigger I found at Goodwill, and a little bow that I made a long time ago, and I just found it. So that's what I plan on using. So the shops that I went to that I took notes on, these are all on Etsy. Blossom Paper Art, and I got the floral gingham. It's this one, the floral gingham. I love this so much. And they do have a red gingham of this as well. The Old Design Shop for these. And let's see, Ann Vanetta for these, which are these. So this is Van Ann Etta. It's all one word on her Etsy. These were just these were two things I found on Graphics Fairy. And then this is Sweet Pea Curiosities. And where did the travel pages go? I had like a set of, oh, here they are, goodness sakes. So these are the travel pages, that's why I was getting confused. This is from the torn page. So I thought that would be kind of a cool thing to add. There's even New York. So there's those. And that's the torn page. And I think this is, I know it says airmail, but I think this is the travel junk journal pages. And then I backed it with, I can't remember whose lace that is. Yeah, this is, isn't that cute? This is the travel junk journal pages. And that is polka dot pixels. What did I say? I said travel, no. This is the torn page. Those are the travel pages. This is the postal junk journal kit on polka dot pixels. And this is Krista McCurdy art airmail papers. This is what I found first, and I just loved them. I don't know which way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to make a tall one because I can't really store a tall on a bookshelf. So I'm not going to worry about making it tall, but these are the main pages I'll use, some for the book and some for ephemera. So if that makes sense, and I may not end up using them all, more than likely I'll have scraps, and so I may end up making July, so we're still in June, so June, July, I may end up making two red, white, and blue ones, just because it feels summery and patriotic-y and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, well, that's what I did. Oh gosh, sorry. I have a magnet for my phone on my canvas lamp, and I bumped my phone and it unstuck. Have a good one, and have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.